We have almost completed the Azure migration series. You have the playlist if you have seen the my channel, and once the migration is done, as per the first video of the Azure migration series, the entire pipeline was discovery, assessment, migration, and optimization. So this video is dedicated for the optimization in regards of the cost. Hello everyone, my name is Arun, and today we are going to talk about tips by which we can save money. Well, this is the ultimate reason why people do business, why they have the applications running, why they are moving to the cloud. Cost is one of the major factor. And today we'll talk about important tips that you can utilize in your environment and make your customer happy by saving them a lot of money. Okay, so the tip number one that we have is you can or you should power down your VM when they are not in use. For example, on your desktop right now, you see virtual machine, and I have this button auto shut down under operations. Utilize this feature for all the machines that you do not need to be running 24/7. We all know we have different environments. We have production, we have QA, we have dev, we have test. Okay, so let's take an exception of production. All the machines would be running 24/7. I get it. But what about the other environment? You don't need your testing machine running all the time. You don't need your developing machine running all the time. So you can utilize the facility of auto shutdown here, enable it and schedule your auto shutdown to save money. Okay, and you can get this auto shutdown while creating a VM under the management. You can enable it during the creation of your VM as well. Okay, so that's the very first step. Shut down or power off the VM when you don't need it. You can also place the runbooks with the help of Azure automation account to schedule the power on and off of the machine. Put the IP static. Don't give the if there are developers who only needs the virtual machine, they don't care about the cloud or from where the machines are spinning. Okay, so for those kind of team or developers or your people who only need the virtual machines during that period of time, maybe for the coding purpose, maybe for the development purpose, place the runbook in place so that at particular time the machine will power on with the same static IP and machine will power off with the same, power off once your team has gone or left for the day. So you need to keep these things in your mind to save the money, and trust me, at the end of the month you'll find you have saved a lot of money. So tip number two, right sizing of the VM. Okay, if I go under size, you'll find there are a lot of sizes available. Okay, and for example, if I talk about B2MS, we have two CPUs, 8 RAM, and 4 data disk. Okay, similarly, we have D2S V3, 2 vCPU, 8 RAM, and 4 data disk. And if you talk about the cost, it's almost the double. Okay, you need to think for IOPS, it's 1920, and for here, it's 3200. Similarly, if you see DS2 V2, we have 278 6400 IOPS. Okay, and the cost is higher. So find the exact or the correct sizing for your workload. Don't just go with the 2 CPU or 5 RAM or data disk. You need to find out, check the IOPS, check whether you need that kind of, IOPS or not, whether you need only the four data disk. Do you actually need the 4 data disk? Do you actually need the 8 RAMs? things like that, and keep on optimizing, keeps figure out what is the correct sizing for your workload. Okay, so as you can see, these three are almost the same, but the cost is going so high. So choose wisely the correct size of your VM. All right, now the third tip would be the region. For that, we need to go and check the price calculator. Now, I have selected the virtual machine from the price calculator. Go to the virtual machine, go here, and you can see I have selected D2B3, which is $2.209 per hour. Now, if you change the region, for example, go to East US2, it is lesser. If you go Japan East, it's higher. If you go Australia East, it's higher. If you go West India, it's higher, you know. So you need to figure out the correct or the right region for you for the cost purpose. You may or you may not have the restriction for the region. Or if you have, you would have for your production resources for sure, but you may not for the other environment that you have for the dev, for the QA, for the testing purpose. So you can put that environment in that region, which will save you a lot of money. You might be thinking it's just like in point $1 or in cents you are saving. You'll not save a lot of money, but trust me, it's per hour, per VM. Your VM would be running 24/7, 30 days a month. Okay, and you don't have a single VM. You may have many VMs, more than 10, 20, 30. So if you calculate the entire cost, you will be saving a huge amount. So you can choose the right region as per pricing for your environment where the region is not a restriction. Okay. Tip number 4 is the reservation. Okay. We all know we have RIs in place. RI is the reserve instances, where you go and buy the instances for 3 or 1 year and either pay upfront or monthly to save the money. You reserve the capacity. So you need to go here, go for reservations, click here. You'll find it's not just the Azure VM. You can reserve the capacity for Azure storage, for database, okay, for app services. There are like so many products here that you can opt for reservations. And if you go virtual machines, it will give you all the options that you can opt for. Okay, you can go upfront, you can go monthly, and it will give you the discount, or not the discount but actual estimate of savings. You can save up to 70% by utilizing reserve instances. And I would suggest you the VMs that are running all the time for your production or maybe for the development, go for the reserve instances for that particular compute that you want to be spin all the time. Maybe you have the VM behind the load balancers by which you maintain the high availability, but the minimum amount of the VM you want it to be running. So place those VM in the reserve instances. As you can see, we have the upfront for B1S here. If in Australia South, you can see we only need to pay $65 and you're saving 62% of estimated savings. You can go monthly as well. So it totally depends how you actually want to plan. People have their folks working on the cost estimation all the time, because ultimately the money is the one for which we are doing the business. Money is the one for wait by the help of which we can expand our business. You save money here and put another resources in the Azure, make more money, right? Expand your business. All right, so another one is the Azure hybrid benefits. Okay, well, this specifically goes for the Azure migration. Most of the time, people are migrating to the Azure and they already have or holds the licenses. And if you have the software assurance, you can utilize that licenses in Azure and save up to 40%. For example, for the machines that are already spun in the Azure for you, you can go to the configuration. Okay, go save money. Already have a license, say yes and put your license there, save the money. You can also use the save money option during the creation of the VM. Use the Azure hybrid benefits and utilize your existing license. Okay. Another one is Azure Spot Instance. Okay, we do have this feature in Azure now. It was not earlier. It was there in AWS from the beginning, I think. And this Spot instance can save a lot of money for the workloads that is okay for the interruptions. You can say this is in the moment pricing and mostly a lot lesser than usual pricing. Azure allows you to take advantage of unused capacity at a significant cost saving. Only caveat is at any point in time when Azure needs the capacity back, Azure infrastructure will evict spot VMs. Therefore, spot VM are great for workloads that can handle interruptions like batch processing jobs, dev test environment, large compute workloads, and more. Okay. Now, another one is Azure Advisor. This is one of the best resource that Azure provided for the existing customers. It gives the recommendation on high availability, security, performance, operational excellence, and cost. But here we are talking about the cost only. In cost, it gives you recommendation on a lot of things. Like you can optimize virtual machine spending by resizing or shutting down the underutilized instances. Okay, you can set up the query like less than 5% of CPU usage VM in last 1 month. You would have the data in your hand and you can choose either resizing or shutting down that VM. It can give you information about the unprovisioned resources like express route or the public IP which is not in use. It will help you to figure out the uh, uh, recommend you to use standard snapshot for managed disks. It will help you utilizing the lifecycle management for the storage account to move the data and save the money in a different tier. It will also give you recommendation on the buying reserved instances. So there are so many ways this Azure Cost Advisor can help you out here. Now, one more thing, delete the VMs. You might be wondering why I'm saying that. Well, for the environment which are not running 24/7, let's take the example of the test environment. You need a little test environment where you need like 2 or 3 VMs, or maybe you need a single VM where you have all the tools installed or you have the AD installed just for the testing purpose. Your test is done. Now another test would be after 15 days, a month, or maybe later. You have no idea. So turning off will save the money for sure. Powering off the machine will save the money for sure. But still, you're paying for the disk, for the public IP, or the resources which are in use. You can delete all of it and just take a snapshot of that VM, keep the snapshot, and create the VM whenever you need to go for the testing again or for your own lab purpose. Spin that VM when you're gonna do the lab again. Okay. You can also save money by dev test labs here. Okay. You can create a dev test lab for your dev test people. Here you do not have the access of all the resources provided by Azure or all the VM SKUs provided by Azure, but it is a wonderful resource for the dev test purpose. Go for it, right? So there's so many things we talked about here. There's so many options that we can choose. There is one more thing I just wanted to end this video with is the free services. There's so many free services for the free account, for the Azure free account. If you're using one, go with these services and keep learning. Well, thank you for watching and you have a good day. Bye bye.